there's relative scarcity in certain markets for certain types of product. And that's one of the reasons we have really focused our U.S. strategy on value-added apartments here in LA, because there is very little developable land here in Los Angeles. And when you finally do assemble it and you go through the 5-year process of getting it entitled and then getting it defended with all the sequel lawsuits that are going to happen, after 5 years and several $1 million of investment, maybe you can build something. But the cost of the land and that front end process, and then just the cost of construction makes for, you have to go up 5+ stories. It'll cost you $750,000 to $1 million a unit, even if you're targeting affordable housing, which is just an astonishing number. And we're all in, by contrast, in what the assets we're targeting are low density. They're irreplaceable in this market. You would never assemble a buildable lot and build a 36 unit, low density, 2-story external walk up around a swimming pool. But that's what was in back in the 50s and 60s and 70s. And so we're able to target irreplaceable assets in one of the most supply constrained markets. And there's a finite amount of these assets. And there's an even smaller amount of assets that are under sophisticated, I would say, institutional quality management, like Paladin's portfolio. So we truly are light years ahead of the mom and pop competition with safe, contemporary, well-maintained, well-managed buildings that are still affordable to our target audience, but they're half of the rents of Class A space. To us, that is the value proposition for what we're doing here. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that the scarcity of developable land here compared to Phoenix, where you can just add another freeway off-ramp and build the next suburb. Dallas fits the same. Most cities, whether it's Atlanta, Dallas, Phoenix, they all fit that profile. Los Angeles, the next freeway off-ramp is 2 hours from where the jobs are, whereas we can offer it within a short bus ride from where the jobs are. In Latin America, it's all ground up. But here in the United States, residential, we've never been fans of development. There's plenty of sophisticated investors that do that. The margins, in our view, are a little too thin. It's much more market cycle dependent. And again, we like focusing on strategies where the demand drivers are cycle resilient. What we're doing here in LA, when a recession hits, we find that occupancy goes up in the Class B, Class C space because of the value proposition, and it goes down in the Class A space. So if we were doing ground up development, I'd be offering as many concessions as free rent and others to get buildings filled up. You have to slash rents, and you can't stop the occupancy wave because people, when a downturn hits, the Class A space gets hit significantly.